I'm just watching a show about sugar. And that sugar is this great culprit what's causing diabetes in America and across the world. And it's not sugar at all. Sugar is not causing anyone any problems. It's people causing a problem to themselves. Everyone wants to blame something and find an excuse for ailments that they cause to themselves or to their children. And it's actually a matter of survival. As a survivalist, as an evolutionist, all I can say is any harm I've done to myself, I've done to myself. The amount of alcohol I've drank, the amount of whatever I've done to myself, I've done to myself. I've made the choice at that time. So when people bring their children up and they do not feed them correctly, they're doing damage to their own capital, the genetic capital. Now, capital is something people don't quite understand. The people selling sugar and putting sugar into all those other things are using sugar as a means of creating currency, which then goes towards their account, which then allows them to acquire capital, which gives them security, and then he gives them enough capital, starts to give power and control over the politics of policymakers themselves, because everyone becomes intrinsically involved in the spread of the currency. The more currency people can make, the more power they have. At the moment, they have to pay off various people to get them to do what they want. If people are really serious about sugar and the damage it's doing, the diabetes, like they were about smoking or anything else, anything addictive, you have to have the willpower to give it away. You've got to have the understanding and learning what the best thing to do for children is not to give them a fear about climate change. Give them a fear about sugar. Surely, sugar is far more dangerous to children than changing the climate. If you have a change in the climate, it's one thing, you have to adapt to it. But if you have got diabetes, how do you adapt to that? That's a very expensive thing to attain for yourself and for the community. So it is, although sugar is a problem, the only problem with sugar is the misunderstanding people have in that they can make a choice and not consume it. I have a little bit of sugar, but I know that sugar is a problem. I don't want to get fat and obese and get diabetes. So I can try to limit my sugar to as minimal as possible and eat basically all the food I eat. I process myself. I buy the fresh foods, the basic food products, and I put them in my kitchen, and I actually enjoy cooking them. And there's no sugar involved, therefore I control my sugar out intake. I enjoy sugar. I like chocolate. That's where I get my sugar. And I must admit, whether that'll do me good in the long run, who knows? But I enjoy my sugar, my chocolate, as I enjoy my whiskey. And those things may do me in. But that's my choice. I am responsible. I should not say, should I say to the whiskey distillers of Scotland, you rotten swine, you keep making this delicious whiskey that I cannot resist, this 12-year-old malted scotch. It's so beautiful. It's a God's gift to, well, simple men like myself. So sugar, right, is a choice. It's no good blaming the government or the sugar industry, because the sugar industry is merely addicted to money. It's not addicted to sugar. They probably don't eat. They're probably intelligent people who are hardly consuming sugar. And you probably find not many diabetics amongst all the people involved in running the sugar industry, which is actually about currency, not sugar. For the people who decide to consume all the sugary foods, then you can say grow a brain, because life is about making these intelligent choices will help you survive through it, for us to be as healthy as you can for as long as you can. And the most important part of that is to pass on the traits will give you the survival instinct or beneficial to survival of your genetic offspring, your children, your DNA. And that is the intelligent consumption of food and the intelligence of processing information as they go through life so they can ascertain for themselves what is good or what is bad, what they should enjoy, what they should avoid, what they can enjoy in moderation, what they should not get addicted to. It's that simple. To try and blame in industry, like to try and blame the coal industry for climate change. Without the coal industry, there basically is no other industry or no wealth or no capital in the world. So the fools who run around consuming lots and lots of sugar, then run around attacking the coal industry, it makes no sense whatsoever, because more than likely, most of them are going to suffer from some sort of diabetes and other sort of self kind of afflicted diseases that's going to do them in far, far sooner than any change in the climate's going to do. So you can see it's always a matter of how people think. It's a philosophy, and it comes from the parents, and it comes from the educators. But basically, it all really gets down to the individual doing their own research and finding out for themselves and making their own decisions. Whether you survive in your genes or you'll go on forever in your genes will be, in that is, you pass on into your genetic capital, your children, the good traits or bad traits that they carry on into the future generations. It depends on what you program into your children, onto your grandchildren, through what you consume, what you learn, the knowledge you pass on, the examples you set for them. So if you're a big fat sugar eater who doesn't care about your health, that's what you'll pass on to your children. But if you're healthy and intelligent and do research and encourage your children to be healthy, intelligent, and do their own research, that's the traits you'll pass on to your children. And that's what intelligent people do. Because survival is about passing on intelligent traits. It's called evolution. And evolution and survival of the fittest. And if you're not fit, and fitness is in the mind in humans, not just in the body, but a fit mind and a fit body do go together. So you can see fitness, survival of the fitness is not some Darwinian thing. It's actually, you could say it's biblical, if you like, because surely being fit and having the body, cherish the body as a sanctity, and sanctifying the body itself is neither evolutionist or Christian. It's just basic common sense. And when you give away basic common sense for your addictions, your habits, what are regressive and negligent of your inner being, on your health, on your mind, then that's a choice. You're making a choice. You have a choice to make. You can make a choice. Anytime you like, you can say, I don't want that extra beer. I don't want that chocolate. I don't want that sugar. You can always say no to whatever you want to say no to. We have a choice. It says in the Bible we have a choice. Intellectually we have a choice. That's what freedom is all about. We have a choice. Wherever you are in the world, no matter what country you're in, unless it's probably North Korea, you have mostly a choice of food and a freedom to consume what food you want. So whether there's a diabetic problem in the world, maybe it's not a diabetic problem, maybe it's an intelligence problem among the human population. It simply doesn't get what's making it ill, and therefore it's becoming and making itself its own genetic line, basic reducing the lifespan of it, bringing an extinction event upon itself by passing on what are regressive habits and addictions onto its own offspring, reducing the capital value or genetic capital value of the human race through these through the human race's own failings, really. So to blame sugar or anyone else or your own failings, really, to my mind, is a cop out.